Hey yo, like the check. I done made a lot of money and I'm only 19. I see work dripping on the white tee. Shorty got a brand, but she say wife me. I got chats coming in like a paradise bitch. If I like it, baby, don't think twice. Everything right, I'm smoking pussy too. I'm on those things, sticky like a fucking sauce. Working like a virgin, I love working in the office. Pussy good, got money, getting money, getting money, getting make it rain, getting money, getting to the paper. Racking my phone, racking my phone. I keep talking to my phone. Hey yo, check, 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 what's up? Check, check, check. I done made a lot of money and I'm only 19. I see work dripping on the white tee. Shorty got a brand, but she say wife me. I got chats coming in like a paradise bitch. If I like it, then you don't finna get it. If I like it, then I stop walking titties. All the wrist go sticky. Tryna fit the bill with that everything. Rockin' Air Force, she just wanna ride, shorty bad and going ghost. She was rockin' stripes, said it's alright. Then I cut her off, shorty stepped on my off whites. Okay, now wait, gotta get the bag in racks every day. Don't tell me to relax, I can't, I'm taking. I'm the first off in the chase, I'm breaking rain. Just follow me on TikTok, my dog on the hop, off me out, I'm gonna play more in a Newport shop. With this white clip, got a block on lock. I done made a lot of money and I'm only 19. I see work dripping on the white tee. Shorty got a brand, but she say wife me. I got chats coming in like a paradise bitch. If I like it, then you don't finna get it. If I like it, then I flip the
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their bodies get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
I'm joining him. And LA, LeBron thinks Steph has forced some doubt about his long-term future with the Warriors. Nick, I wonder how this sits with you. Break it down. Do you love or do you hate LeBron recruiting Steph to join the Lakers?
Well, once upon a time, I would hate it. Because LeBron versus Steph was supposed to be a 30 years a decade-long rivalry. Unfortunately, when you load up the Warriors at the face of the Cavs team that was
Tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The question is would Steph Curry potentially leave the Warriors not next year, but the year after that? Now, the year after that, when he could be a free agent,
Gets it to running back Aaron Jones.
would be year 20.
Good gain on it and a touchdown.
And just last week,
Going in on second down. Rodgers. He gets it to Devontae Adams.
you can't expect LeBron to be the greatest number of your 19 or 20-something at year 21. So to me, it's LeBron
And he'll be taken down across the 15 at the 45 and enemy territory. They get 10 for the year. They go for another first down. Rolling it in for Rodgers. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Starts throwing the football 4-for-4 on this whole game. Swinging it. And oftentimes when we talk about you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets and he's delivering.
Oh, I got it straight and I'm already home.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I'm not sure if this play was designed for him specifically, but he got through the
Slot maker.
second catch on the drive. He may not make the shot again, but he definitely got him involved.
And then, the DMV on map can't wait for it. They all their machines down, so they couldn't. It was a line first. It was longer than a line, but then after they, pushed me right on to the front. know.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
I was looking around. Little girl in there looking like Cardi B. She was skinny though. She looked like Cardi B before Cardi B, but she still got smashed like Cardi B.
Field goal near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take his seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
We're talking about GOATs. Tom Brady did it. LeBron James, baby GOAT. After Jordan, he did it. Why not Steph Curry?
Worshiping her.
He has to ask himself that question, do I want to compete? Because if he wants to compete, then this is a great place for him. We're talking about LeBron James. Let that go to the point where we don't need LeBron James to
Might have been intercepted, but he will be brought down. So the Eagles will play as has been played.
Cleaning it up now.
But you gotta leave a little room on the sideline so he can feed into it when he makes the catch. That was
Oh yeah, gotta get there.
for the receiver to make a play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Will Redmond. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Man, this is not a decent one. I don't know whether it's, I'm sorry.
Some old dude that's 45, 50, even 60-year-old just draining at threes. And that's Steph Curry. So Steph Curry has to ask himself that question. It's not pretty sitting on a losing team and sitting in an organization that lose year after year after year. And that's where they're trending right now. You go back a couple weeks, Wyatt, to your point. You know, we saw it. What did we see when they were losing? He was pleading to his teammates, snagging the clipboard on the sideline, like, please, somebody help me. Do you not want to compete? So you can see he's already frustrated. Now, I know he doesn't think business out there, but at the end of the day, as a competitor, ball comes first, and he has to ask himself that question, what does he want at the tail end of his career?
And I do think it's going to be fair, because one of his like they was seen surprised how we're judging negatively. He's already won 2 MVPs, he's already won 3 championships. If it is important to him to be a leader with one team, and if he believes, you know what, we're always contenders as long as I'm here, how would he hold that against him? And I know Warrior fans are like, God dog it. Lindor's just threw this out there, and now people are talking about there's no chances it happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen. What I am saying is this. Steph Curry had the opportunity to sign an extension in December, and he didn't. The extension would have taken him through year 16, his age 37 season. Now the extension inside this summer would take him through year 17, his age 37 season. The Warriors wanted Steph to sign an extension this past December. The Warriors talked about it. Steph decided to wait. Now that he's going to have this season where they might end up not even making the actual playoffs, I think there is tremendous anxiety in Golden State, Jared, for whether or not Steph is actually signed up for 4 extra years with this team. I think there's that. I see that. Only 37 seasons. Trying to find before we head out today. Bruce Arians is a man of his word. Think about Super Bowl victory. Said he was going to do it, and he did it. Jared yesterday. Really, Bruce Arians Super Bowl attitude.
The NBA? No, we're done. I'm looking great. That's great.
We will see you tomorrow. We talk about the Bucks again on the Steelers right now. Congrats to Zach, congrats to UCLA. We will get to all those games, but I got some drama to break down for you guys. And I want to explain the whole situation here. Yesterday, me and a regular contributor on this show, Mike Rappaport, posted some screen grabs and an important conversation between him and DPratt that began earlier this week. And Katie took issue with Rappaport being critical of his post-game interview style and deemed the actor with some extremely harsh language and even physical threats, defending himself. After Rappaport shared the post, apologizing, quote, "My bad," on social media. There's a lot here. I was trying to post this yesterday. Shannon, what is your reaction to all going on here?
Really disappointed with both guys that they both wanted to explain to the situation. Only Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant can't get caught up in this situation. I understand Kevin Durant is extremely sensitive. It's getting a lot of times things that I say on the show, I'll repost in my feed. And he'll always leave a comment. He'll always respond. I'm not going back and forth with Kevin Durant. I got kids damn near old as Kevin Durant. I don't argue with my own kids. I don't debate with my own kids. I've been damn if I won't debate with someone else. So Kevin Durant doesn't like all the things that I say. When I say things good, he has no problem with that. But my job is just not to heap praise. Skip, you've even said it before. Wow, you're really critical of Ron in that situation. I'm surprised. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right, you're right. But Kevin, you can't let someone, because they say you're a snake or they said you did this and you should have done that, react in this manner. You can't tell me, Kevin, you tell me all the time, Shelly, you gotta stop responding. But I cannot even conscious Skip not responding. So because I asked them to get up every morning at 6:30 and tune in to you guys. I asked them to subscribe to my podcast. I asked them to sometimes go possibly buy some of the products that I'm using. So I cannot think that I should be above them and that they are removed. They can't ask me for it. But a lot of times I do respond. But I'm not going to respond the way Kevin Durant responded with all the vitriol and the hatred that he displayed towards Michael Rappaport. Mike's a good friend of mine. That's Kevin. Mike and I go back and forth. Mike and I have that type of relationship where we can go back and forth. I don't know if Mike and KD have that type of relationship where they can go back and forth. In any other situation where they have a relationship that Mike and I have, we can't go back and forth like that. I'm just disappointed in Mike that Mike revealed the DM. Because I'm a firm believer that the things that was said in the DM should be left there. Skip a lot of people. So I need to come on my podcast. You know how I reach out to them? Through the DM.
Oh, you got it? Yeah, go on. You don't need that, boy. Where the real Katie done did now? Yeah.
Your friends not to send you anything that someone has said negative about you. Because right now you're not in a place where you can handle criticism, especially negative criticism that you believe goes beyond your skill set.
Just him and my man got a push. White dude, come on.
You got your opinion. I'm just trying to get healthy so I can get back on.
White dude that beat on Michael Rappaport. Oh yeah.
Once again, I don't want it if it ain't love.
Yes,
If it
sir.
ain't gain the weight,
Say, man.
who you gonna trust to
Anything.
gain us? Deep into the bakery, some so mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pay for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Cause never felt like this. West in the hills, I feel righteous. Blue sheets to the mills, but the deal priceless. New kids can't care what's still private. I might just double it up. Get it? Never enough. I'm with it. 5, 2, 3 on the business. Whole team got wins in the well suspended. I told them. What I told them. We did a lot for the wins.
Oh, no.
Came in the top on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I had to tighten the plan.
All right, good.
I got it right in the end.
Guys, who watched the NCAA tournament? Congrats to the Zags. Congrats to UCLA. We will get to all those games, but I've got some drama.
Yeah, I got like 4 pairs. I spent like 130.
Yesterday, comedian and regular contributor on this show, Michael Rappaport, posted some screen grabs and a back-and-forth conversation between him and Kevin Durant that began earlier this season. Katie took issue with Rappaport being critical of his post-game interview style and DM'd the actor with some extremely harsh language and even some physical threats while defending himself. After Rappaport shared the post, Durant apologized, saying, quote, "My bad," on social media. There's a lot here. I was trying to follow this yesterday. Shannon, what is your reaction to all going on here?
I'm really disappointed in both guys that they both allowed it to escalate to this situation.
Hey, man, what happened to my boy?
Disappointed in Kevin Durant.
41, 42.
Can't get caught up in this situation.
No, man.
Kevin Durant is extremely sensitive, and Skip, a lot of times, things that I say on the show, I'll repost to my feed, and he'll always leave a comment.
Oh, yeah, I
Going back and forth with Kevin Durant. I got kids damn near old as Kevin Durant. I don't argue with my own kids. I don't debate with my own kids. I'll be damn if I'm going to debate with someone else. So Kevin Durant doesn't like all the things that I say. When I say things good, he has no problem with that. But my job is just not to heap praise. Skip, you've even said it before. Wow, you were really critical of Ron in that situation. I'm surprised. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right, you're right. But Kevin, you can't let someone's, because they say,
I want to see what he said.
Did this and you should have done that. React in this manner. You can't do it, KD. Skip, and I know you tell me all the time.
The dude posted,
stop responding. But I cannot in good conscience, Skip, not respond.
the dude posted,
Get up every morning at 6:30.
him and Kevin Durant conversation on Twitter.
To subscribe to my podcast. I asked them to sometimes go possibly buy some of the products that I'm pitching. So I cannot think that I'm above them.
Apparently,
that they can't have me like. Now, I don't always respond, but a lot of times I do respond. But I'm not going to respond the way Kevin Durant responded, with all the vitriol and the hatred that he's displayed towards Michael Rappaport. Mike's a good friend of mine. Now, Mike and I go back and forth. But Mike and I have that type of relationship where we can go back and forth. I don't know if Mike and KD have that type of relationship where they can go back and forth. And even in a situation like that, the type of relationship that Mike and I have, we can't go back and forth like that. I'm just disappointed in Mike that Mike revealed the DM. Because I'm a firm believer, Skip, that things that are sent in the DM should be left there. Skip, a lot of people that I get to come on my podcast, you know how I reach out to them? Through the DM, on Twitter and social media. Rick Ross, King Griffey Jr., a lot of the people that I've had on my show, that's how I get in touch with them. I do respond occasionally to some athletes that's currently playing in the DM. I would never reveal what was discussed between me and said individual, no matter how upset they may get at me. KD, you can't do this. I'm not so sure that Adam Silver is not going to step in and intervene and have a conversation and maybe even fine Kevin Durant for some of the things that he said. But Mike, just let it go. You know how he's going to respond to you. Guys, just stop following each other. KD, ask your friends not to send you anything that someone has said negative about you. Because right now, you're not in a place where you can handle criticism, especially negative criticism, that you believe goes beyond your skill set. What you should have done is say, guys, look here, man, hey, you got your opinion. I'm just trying to get healthy so I can get back on the court, so I can help my team win a championship. All that other stuff y'all talking has no bearing on how good or how great I might think I am. So I'm not going to get into the fray with you guys going back and forth. This is the way I'm going to handle it. But you don't have to thread the guy. Man, that's Michael Rappaport. Come on, he's a comedian. Yeah, and again, Skipper, you know how some comedians, they say things to get you riled up. We've all been to comedy shows. And they be trying to pick on the biggest guy. Sometimes they pick on down, you ain't gonna do nothing. Come on, KD. If this is the way you respond to a guy, Mike, I'm just disappointed. And like I said, Mike is a contributor to the show. He comes on the show a lot. And he and I, we go back and forth. You know, he's a Knicks fan, the Giants, and I'm a Braun. And so we go back and forth still. But this guy out of pocket. KD out of pocket for what he said. That was well beyond what you know, calling you saying you can't win, and so what Mike said. KD was out of pocket for this. Leave the man's wife out. Don't mention anything about the man's wife. KD, you know, money, wife, kid, that's always off limits. Leave that alone. So I'm disappointed with both guys, because even though what was said by Kevin Durant was absolutely 1,000% wrong, I still don't believe Michael should have shared that with the public. Address that with KD. Because if I had a situation this summer that I said something, Jalen Ramsey responded. You know what I did, Skip? I reached out to him in a DM. Let's have a conversation. We had a conversation. We squashed it. Boom. That's how I believe you can win.
Boy, KD was talking shit, boy.
Thoughtful, considerate men that has enough respect for one another. I believe that's the way you should handle the situation.
Calling a nigga a dickhead. Send him his address, he gonna pull up on him. He call him a pill fucker. So Donald Trump gonna help your ass.
And I am game to have him come sit here or to talk on the phone or whatever we need to do to smooth it over. But it might not get smooth, but we might have meeting of the minds, but at least we'll know where each other really stand.
Don't change what you say, but you just want them to know where you coming from.
Okay. So this is tricky for me because Kevin Durant, as you know, has been my favorite player of this era since he was at the University of Texas. And I have defended him as a basketball player many, many times on this show and the previous show I was on. But much of his behavior on social media, I cannot and will not.
Boy, you saw how Shannon Sharp said he's sloppy.
It is indefensible. I'm also friends as you are, and I must admit. And I must admit, after I heard his side of this last night, I leaned slightly toward Michael in this conflict. Maybe
hold on, but no, hang on.
Disappointed in Michael.
Hello?
In Kevin.
What up, bro?
With you, when I first
I got it. Yeah, I played it.
With private messages, it was troubling to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there until I heard Michael's side of it.
What up, bro?
So his side is that he and Kevin became very friendly via social media and went back and forth for a long time. So he thought he had a kind of a funny, friendly relationship with Kevin. Until that,
it was just that fine for that lapse
of the Golden State Warriors.
That's all.
It was Brooklyn against Golden State.
100.
And the fateful TV interview that we all remember, Charles Barkley trying to ask Kevin alive on television. And it wasn't a great question, but obviously Kevin should have just gone along with it and played along and given his cliched answer.
Back at the house, waiting for the kids to wake up. Ain't nobody. I'm the only one. Me and Ron on
It was all. And it was awkward, and he's had his issues with Charles. LeBron has had his issues with Charles. I've had many issues with Charles. So I didn't have a lot of sympathy for Charles at that point, but Michael then went public with a...
I was going to say something else. I was going to see if you want to
tweet, but he criticized...
Go to the party. Rain will let on, but
criticized
I know you get off, you're going to be ready to come home.
And basically said, if you don't want to do the interview, just don't do the interview. Okay. And that...
Yeah, it might be raining, right? Okay.
And here...
Call me again before you get off.
I did not get Kevin's side, so I don't think I would have been capable of getting Kevin's side.
Yeah, then he can leave and go back with you when I go to practice.
Michael said that Kevin went crazy.
I know Janessa.
Michael tried.
No, I'm about to say, I know Janessa probably went around me. Her and Janessa was on.
And Kevin wouldn't de-escalate. And it sat for a couple of days and simmered, and then it escalated again.
I mean, Origin, man, you know they probably want to play the game.
Time to de-escalate the situation.
It was just a thought.
I'll let it go type stuff. Right. And Kevin would not let it be. Right. This has gone on now for about 4 months. Correct. And it got worse and worse according to Michael. And
Oh, we
the
left.
streets of New York City, so if you push him too far, he's going to push back also. So I assume this
How much?
push back here and there at personal shots.
How much? How much? How
He
much?
said yesterday started up again. Remember, this is 4 months old now. And once Kevin started up again, to Michael's point, it got so vile to the point of being evil in Michael's eyes. It got so personal because the wife was introduced into the conversation, Michael's wife. And ultimately, it got so threatening to Michael that he finally said, okay, watch this. And he
So what? Yeah, I'm gonna look at the videos again. I'm gonna do that.
What Kevin has said over the last 4 months to him. Again, I don't love it, but I get it. If you're so threatened, because it was all about, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna spit in your face. Whenever I see you, I'm gonna.
God, no, my baby might not get lost under the balls.
Well, that's when Michael, I think, felt so threatened that he said, okay, I have
You gonna climb the wall?
and saying that the only way I know to draw the line right now is to go.
We gotta get some. Oh, they got some shoes and all that, don't
Now to draw a line says KD, I think you stepped over the line.
Yeah.
I just think the thing now is that you and I should not have any communication.
See, that's why I know I'm gonna be losing weight for.
So what I'm gonna be doing, let's just leave this black.
I'm gonna lose weight for. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna lose weight going forward because we gotta be able to do this stuff for a while until we. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Because we got kids for every generation, so we ain't gonna have no. They got that too.
Here is more proof positive.
Gladiator. What was the name of it? Damn. Gladiators. Yeah, I think that was the name of it. Yeah, man. I'm gonna let you tell me. I don't even want to do you like that.
Because he was my favorite player, and Russell Westbrook was taking more
Yeah, I can't hurt you like that.
than Kevin Durant. We'll go back to 2011, 2012 in Oklahoma City. And one night, out of the blue, Kevin calls over the reporter from the Oklahoma and just fills his notebook with shots at me about, I don't know.
I'll do it if they got like other men in there. Like we see a couple. Like, let's go at it, man. I'm gonna knock that nigga out. If I lose, you can't post it.
This is my primary decision. I decide every time my turn or your turn. I still think I'm right about that. But then, the final irony, as we talked about, is that Kevin got voted the MVP of the NBA. The next year at the All-Star game, the gathered assembled media from all around the world are in the audience. He's taking questions and he tells all of them, you guys don't know SH about basketball. They just voted you the MVP, so they must have been wrong about you, right?
Huh? I gotta look at that. I'm
That was pretty impressive.
Okay, I got it. When it comes to social media, to me, Kevin's got a loose screw up there. It just goes haywire where he can't control himself. And what is my constant? I always say I call him Kevin Durant, as in he Durant on social media. He will just rant and rant and rant at Katie and everybody. And I say, this is Kevin freaking Durant. This is to me the best player.
Well,
I think it's KD. Isn't this the He is so gifted, so great. He's got regular season MVP. He's got back-to-back finals MVPs. He is so above all of the above, right? He should be. He should be.
Where they live at?
Well, he did back off last night and apologized.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody's
now to this whole notion of what he said was private, to your point, it was direct message to Michael, and it was made public. Once upon a time, there was an owner of the Clippers named Donald Sterling, and he made some private comments that were taped and made public that were racist, and he lost his team over those comments. Correct. Is it similar situation? It's a similar dynamic in that Michael decided to opt in, so to speak, right? The NBA is going to have to take some action here because you cannot speak, quote unquote, publicly like this, and the comments became public. It's just such a bad look for one of these superstars.
Yeah, we got five places to Jamarcus.
Maybe it's frustration. Kevin Durant's been out for like 7 weeks, and it seems like he can't catch a break. But remember, he tore his Achilles, and then the pandemic happened, and then he come back. And so all of that's come out. But here I am back again. The team is playing so well without me. Kevin Durant is not used to a team playing so well without him. Oklahoma City skipping, we was out. They couldn't do what they're doing in Brooklyn.
I want to wear some. We gotta get some tennis shoes. I'm gonna buy you. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, but yeah. What happened at DMV? I'm gonna tell you what happened at DMV. Yeah. Because people thought they were really on most people think KD and LeBron's on the same level. What happened was why did LeBron get so much criticism when he left as opposed to Kevin Durant? Them niggas oh yeah, the line was long as hell down there too, but the DMV don't open till 9 o'clock. But then the actual the machines in the DMV were down anyway, so they couldn't do no registrations and tags and stuff. So all that line, all them folks, after they said that, they were gone. And it was just me and a couple other people. Yep. Sure do. I probably could pay it online too, but I don't even know how to do that down here. I mean, I gave her our Geico insurance paper that was in the glove department. Cause at first, when I guess, you know, it's gonna come up on your name or whatever. But she took the payment.
It's documented.
No.
You got that right.
Safety landed Collins there to make the tackle.
We don't talk to each other like that. We bastards. You can't talk to somebody like that. That ain't no crazy. What did you get anything
out of that? We're talking about the same Kevin Durant who hid behind a burner account to take shots to defend himself, right?
Here's second and 9, just a yard
I can't defend that because that's a character flaw. No.
Just play the double coverage and it's intercepted. It's off by Darby. And his guys are going to go 47-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage as a rookie QB. Understand that you saw zone in college. The defensive backs reacted. They don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react.
Yeah, we done did second and third, and that's time we gotta go to the first floor.
Clean your door, right? I'm like, Kevin,
it's a pickup of 4 and it'll bring up
why would you
second down.
care about him? No offense to him, but it just doesn't matter.
And I get it. You get frustrated and people feel like they can take shots at you. And sometimes, I mean, when in a situation like this, I don't, like I said, you talked to Mike, I didn't talk to Mike. I don't know what Mike possibly could have said other than about the interview, because I did read that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And that it went so far left, and it went so far left so quickly. It's just that, KD, you're just too good. I just believe you were raised too well. And I know it gets frustrating with people, but
his throw is incomplete.
you didn't sign up for this, you're right. I know you didn't sign up to play basketball and to be great at it. But people will take shots because social media has given everybody, not everybody is an analyst. Give everybody as a player. Everybody has a debate.
How your day going so far?
I can just follow your account and just keep barraging you. Sometimes people just trophy. Try to get you to respond. Try to get you to lose your job. KD, bro, you better than this.
So in the end, Michael Rappaport says, yeah, I take shots. He takes a lot of shots on social media. But he said, I never get personal. Right. Even in his stand-up routine, he can be something of an insult comic that you talk about. He said, I don't take personal shots at people. There's a line that he didn't cross, he felt, back to correct. It never escalated on his part to this level.
In the face of a pass rush like that, they were on him instantly.
It's just, I cannot defend Kevin in any way, shape, or form. And remember, Kobe got fined for homophobic slur directed at a referee. Rondo fined for homophobic slur directed at a referee.
Myers got fined. They got released. Okay, see, like, no,
and that was public, and he knew that was going out into the public righteousness. He was speaking to the public forum. Okay, but in this case, whether Kevin thought it was public or private, he's just going to have to get fined because the NBA cannot stand for this.
Don't be that comfortable that you have to do something like this.
Yeah.
Put your reputation on the line because now people see you. I told you.
Yeah.
When you comfortable,
they're finding a way now.
You know what? It did show me a sign of Kevin. I didn't even know the atmosphere, and it's just disturbing to me.
Just like somebody skipping out. Don't bring somebody's kid. Don't bring somebody's wife into the fray. The man's wife should have never been a subject of the conversation because it never got there. Nobody was talking about your girlfriend or your different. So leave that alone, KD. People get really protected over their kids, over their family, their wives, and their kids. So
that's why, I mean, like I said, boy, I seen some video. Man, skin start peeling off me.
None of this would have mattered. But it happened. We can't go back in time. I just wish KD would have reacted differently and Michael would not have revealed this.
I'm not sure where this comes next. I'm going to have a conversation, and we are all friends with Mike. He comes on the show a lot, so obviously it went too far in his eyes, and I hope we can figure this thing out. Because on social media, let's be honest, it's never the answer. It'll be a very good situation. Guys, I want to get to the tournament. Shannon, I know, feeling pretty good about his game. Speaking to the other story, to stop Gonzaga in their perfect team. That doesn't feel like our friend Michael Vick during his pro day yesterday. I was
Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
My car is my after-work decompression zone. So when my windshield broke,
come on, oh, keep bunking tomorrow. Okay. All in the lane. Just had a video this one time. And white men, all men, matter of fact, y'all gotta come out to God.
Another catch for him there. This one good for him.
That's us. Y'all return to the Father. Oh yeah, he's a Christian man. They're gonna give you hell about all the women and stuff that's about to take over. All they know how to do. They're following right here, yeah. Yeah. Noticed the other day when my truck was still dirty after I just washed it the other day.
14 yards there it
Oh,
look easy out there. Another
you just FaceTime me by mistake, didn't
Let
you?
me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs. That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be out down inside the 10,
Man,
15. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
oh,
From the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10.
With the top
Eagles
rated
going to
app
take
that
the
lets you
first of
deposit
their
checks.
oh, he's gonna be a bad man.
Stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till
the easiest
halftime.
decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like,
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told you she'd pick me first.
This is first and goal and a golden
plus with no
chance to
fees
get a
or
score
minimums on
back here
checking and
before
savings
halftime.
accounts, is it really even a decision?
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown.
Bad man.
Sanders has the first half.
Kind of clean what I got you doing, man.
And the Eagles are back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL teams. Remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of the half, getting into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, into the locker room, regroup. They got it here.
Out there,
He's the same.
this next drive, the Washington offense.
What's that 10-man, 2-man trailer?
Well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw, I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially.
And of course the blacks.
This March, setting top seed Michigan 51-49 in their
And he's going to go down.
The Bruins became the first
And the lesbian, radical, homosexuals.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Shannon, what shot do you give the Bruins against your Zags right now?
Well, anything's possible. Everybody remember when NC State beat nobody thought that could happen.
What the fuck? This nigga ain't got no arm.
They did to Georgetown. Nobody thought that could happen.
Oh,
This is a
fuck.
basketball game. And in March Madness, we've seen anything can happen. But I think there's a very, very small chance of what you think will happen.
You don't mess with that bully.
You saw what happened when Gonzaga, when their players play well. They finally put it together. And it's what you see was never even close. They've only spent, what, 30 seconds?
Oh, girls, that's gonna have my logo already in like a week or two.
Resume action in this third quarter.
That's the closest somebody got into it in the second half.
Okay. Go come out looking like.
UCLA scored last night. They scored 51 points. Gonzaga had 49 and a half. So that's what you're up against, Skip. Can you get to 80 points? Can you get to 80 points? Now, Hopkins, the guy that you were talking, he didn't play particularly well. Now, I wouldn't tell you he's just been UCLA's best shot maker in this tournament.
When you score a point, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things
and I'm trying to figure out why Juwan Howard, why you keep putting the ball in Wagner's hand?
Yeah.
Skip, he airballed a three. He missed the free throw. And then he that wasn't close. He wasn't trying to bank that shot. Putting the ball in his hand.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 for the 26.
Yes, they can win. Do I expect them to win? No. I got my money. Me and my money.
Yardage will be backed up to the 24.
I gave you the field for a reason. Gonzaga, CJ was so I had to show it up. See what he did? On Timmy. You know what? I might represent on Timmy. I might go try to grow me a quick beard.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground. They're struggling to put up points.
It's funny how you got to your re-prediction of this by saying anything can happen. Anything will not happen in this game. Well, I'm just saying, we're talking about UCLA versus Gonzaga. It will be a mismatch of a rout. It will be over in about 3 minutes the way the USC game was over. And already, what are they?
13.5.
I got 14. 13.5. Is that Fox bet?
That's when it came out. I saw it last night. It came out.
I was seeing consensus of minus 14 for UCLA today. I'm going to start with your Zags first before I get to the UCLA game. To me, the performance by USC last night was the worst performance by an LA team since LeBron James' first year with the Lakers. Remember the blooper reel? I won't bring it back. I'm going to respect you today. I won't bring back the blooper reel just yet. It still exists somewhere in our control room right now, and somebody's got their finger on the button as we speak.
Yeah, we wanted to chip. They should have got the blooper reel.
So the point was, I believe that USC actually came in a little overconfident last night because they are much taller, longer, stronger, and more athletic than the Zags. And I think they came out thinking, we're about to show you what real basketball is all about. And I believe that Drew Timming, who's projected to be like a mid-second round pick at 6 feet 10 inches tall out of J.J. Pierce High School in Dallas, Texas, in North Dallas and Richardson. I believe that Drew Timming came out and said, I am going to terrorize Evan Mobley, who's projected as we speak to be the second overall pick in the draft at 7 feet tall. And Drew Timming came out and was out of his mind. And if we could see what he did in the first 5 minutes of this game, he stole the ball 3 times. Drew Timming did. 3 straight steals within the first 5 minutes by a guy who's 6 feet 10. He's out of his mind.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
And here's another steal. Look at that. This is 6 feet 10 inches tall, and he's
drive,
running the break.
And
he came out playing possessed to say, okay, Evan Mobley, watch
That's
this.
complete to his tight end.
And watch this, and watch this. And the Zags were simply playing harder and smarter, a much higher IQ level of basketball on offense. Their passing passes are just supreme. It is just clockwork, textbook. Just takes you all apart. It is. You're talking about back doors. There are more back doors in that office than the mansion. And I thought USC came in. I read the stat, ranked 4th overall nationally in defense. I think I misread that. I think it's 444th they were ranked defensively because that's what they looked like last night. They led the nation in USC coming into this game in blocked shots, and they blocked a grand total of 0 shots. Evan Mobley had 0 blocks last night because they were beaten to the rim so quickly and completely that they couldn't even contest the shots. It was a layup drill. It was just complete evisceration and surgical, just devastation. And it was over so fast that it was hard to process the fact that the truth was, I didn't actually think Gonzaga played that great in the second half. They didn't play very well. And you know, ranting about Kispert, probably their best scorer. And he went 6 of 19 in this game, and it was a mismatch. 6 of 19, 3 of 10 from 3. Well, if he makes some shots, obviously, against UCLA, it's going to get over very quickly. So, again, I was highly impressed. I didn't think they could do that to USC. I thought that at least USC would make them sweat. USC did not make them sweat, except for the first 3 minutes of the game when they were just playing ferociously hard on defense. And USC basically quit after that. Not because they wanted to, they just knew they were overmatched.
Yeah, I'm surprised they got that quick because I looked up and it was already 25-10. And I'm like, we only like 4 or 5 minutes in the ball game. It's already 25-10. I'm like, I don't think this is going to end well for you guys.
I don't think it's going to end well for you guys.
I don't see really anybody remaining but Baylor. Because Baylor got 3 or 4 guys that can take you off the dribble. that can get the 80. You gotta get. Can you get the? Who can get the 80? Can UCLA get the 80? I mean, they're going to basically had 2 overtime games and they won by 1. So that brings taking LeBron time, Skip. They're gonna have to play a lot better than they played the previous. They got the overtime against Michigan State, the overtime against Alabama. They're gonna have to play way above their end in order to give themselves a chance. Now, 13 and 14 points. I think it's gonna be by at least double digits, but this thing could be 20. Because Gonzaga is really that good, Skip. The first thing was the ball. They don't have to rely on the 3. They didn't shoot the 3 well either. They were 7 to 21. They're a good 3-point shooting team. When they get their top guys playing well, you realize that's the question. Now, UCLA, they clamped down last night in Michigan. I don't know if they clamped down on Michigan because Michigan made 3 of the last 11 shots. And as soon as the way I skip this is what chance to go to the Final Four. Short. It's the shortest one yet. The guy got really, really shaky. So I don't know if it was the moment for Michigan or UCLA's defense got that good. But we're find out just how good their defense is against Gonzaga because this is the best offensive team in basketball, in college basketball right now.
Okay, remember, Corey Kispert is a senior, so he's been there. So usually in this tournament, a senior will prevail in the end because he's just a man on the board. He's just been doing this a lot longer than the one and done that are doing this. Jalen Suggs is a freshman, but he is arguably their best player.
The Eagles are going to be
probably, but is he going to be a dominating pro basketball player? I don't think so. So they don't have like a projected superstar in this
They got lottery picks. They got Carl Anthony Towns, and they got all these guys.
And by the way, last quick point on James before I go to UCLA. David Mitchell, he's point guard for Baylor, and he's the best perimeter defender to me in pro basketball and in college basketball. Would cause Jalen Suggs to start finals. So we'll see. That's going to be key.
Playing that good defense on the ice. Oh, they got you doing under.
David Mitchell better not get in foul trouble.
That's how I got back in the game. He was watching.
If he gets in foul trouble, they will never be in the game.
Yeah, I got it. Now to UCLA. UCLA, despite coming from a vintage tradition program, just tradition wrapped all the way back to Kareem, and who was then Lou Alcindor. They are vintage March Madness to me because they're a March Madness creation. As I always say about this tournament, it's wildly exciting sometimes for all the wrong reasons because sometimes you just get all the bread. Sometimes you're playing Alabama, which is better than...
They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And instead of having a one-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. From the end zone, Smith. To the right side and complete to Thomas. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. What?
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land, trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the buck. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why the people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time, infrastructure right, I don't got time. I could it's all to. We're talking about you, about to protecting the sons and daughters from political manslaughter.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Never never play by the rules. Guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude. Poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse. When you got different views, just know you gon' pay the price. Best off the item you choose. Many times in the culture, hit you with them K Ultra. I knew you was a vulture. Holy Ghost get the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was clutter. Doing this so subtle. Fumbling out through the rubble. Remember this in jungle. The top I was young and something. In the middle, gotta stay hunting. Why the rush up for nothing? 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 Agitated illusion. Only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I knew the solution. Maybe now should I do it? Just put it in the music. Just put it in the music.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No season was that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No season was that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Washington football team. And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
On second down now, it's Gibson. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Out of the gun, Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Washington 7, Ravens 0. Dustin Hopkins the kickoff for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Yeah, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's got this down to the 35. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Jackson will throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6.
7-7, our score after one.
7-7.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A shotgun snap for Smith. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 54 yards. yards. And Washington has taken the lead. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a single drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
It's 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Smith. His throw incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, 58 yards. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting the...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll try the left side. Gibson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Gibson. And they'll get him down as as he's inside the 40. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. On first down, it's Gibson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 36, Smith. Got an open man, it's Armand. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14. A good pickup there of 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 2nd and 7, Smith, and it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
That's good for a Baltimore Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's caught left side by Bryant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jonathan Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. There's Jackson on 3rd and long, eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time, doesn't work out. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Washington football team. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. 24 yards. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now from Murray. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. What a great start. You get the points on the first drive of the game. Now here you get an interception. Look to add to your lead.
And I just wonder about the strategy we saw coming right back at them. Yeah, they're down, but I felt like they were pressing it too much. They didn't need to play catch-up this early in the game, and it ended up costing them.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Drake. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Here's Murray from midfield. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Drake. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a give right side. Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that 1st down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the left side. Gibson. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Murray now. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
On the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Fitzgerald hauling it in for Murray. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Murray steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6.
From the gun, Murray escaping the pressure right. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he finds McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake, and that'll bring up second down. A final shot before half for Murray. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. A final shot before break. Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So Washington in a good spot. They got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Open man here, Sims complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the... And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Alec Alex Smith keeping it himself from a yard out.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deron Payne able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Going deep for Hopkins.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of...
She right got me.
It wanna be some, you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and wanna see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that wanna keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage with the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle
with the Washington football team. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll run the first time with Raheem Mostert.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards.
All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. Room here to run. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Here's Mostert. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. To return is Taylor. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On 2nd down, Mostert. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Taken down at the 41. A 1-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd.
We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's
2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off of play action. Here's Smith. This one complete to Calvin Harmon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Washington.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Play action. It's Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Taken in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And getting this just shy of midfield, is spotted at the 49. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
On 2nd and 7, Smith. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, 38 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now stands at 13. Fielded in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing the analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Kelvin Harmon, the man he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First down, Gibson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he rifles one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and inches.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try the air now with Smith. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. A run here for J.D. McKissick. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And that is incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Washington.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
On 3rd down, Gibson, and he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Washington.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, open space inside the 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where the extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
From just shy of midfield, Smith. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 49ers 21-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Smith. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Richie James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.
girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and poppin' in, yeah. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha macha with a rockin' black clothes. Whippin' around that Batmobile, duckin' 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, lil' bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the San Francisco 49ers.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. First carry for Raheem Mostert.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st down, San Francisco.
Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass thrown away and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Open man is born. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll try the left side. It's Gibson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
The 46-yard line.
Still 15 yards to go. 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Gibson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This is Mostert. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And that is is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't.
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. 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 Prime time over grind game, over time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag. Copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss. Stand 10 toes on your feet. I can never take a loss. I ain't set up for defeat. 4 Giottos on the truck. I had a dream and it stuck. Living my life cause we up. Looking back like where the love. So I be hella low key. But contrary to belief, loyalty runs deep. I keep my ear to the streets. Struggle turned me to a beast. I'm off the chain, I'm off the leash. But baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately, I've been scheming against all odds like Willie Beeman. I've been grinding lately, this my season. Lord knows I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act? Hey, I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. 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 Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk. Can't relate, watch you skirt. Out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site. Red breed, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I been grinding since a youngin'. They told me my timing was coming. I been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I been eating since a youngin', since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother. I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they sell you. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts or the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act? I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one. Number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel away, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel away, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
On the play. Yeah. That's a flag on the play.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Denver Broncos. Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First carry for Melvin Gordon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Locke working out of the gun. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He's got his tight end fan, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Locke now on first down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. Gets around him. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of...
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And he's got some space here. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the 1st down.
I don't believe that that was called right here in the moment. I believe this was called during practice this week, that he was going to decide to be aggressive even on his own side of the field.
Just, you mean because it's the opening drive? Maybe they had this scripted?
I think that he just talked about it with his team and said, listen, I'm confident in you. If we end up in this situation, we'll go for it early just to set a tone in this game.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now Gordon on 1st down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 16, Locke. And he's caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Locke on target to Fant for a Bronco 1st down.
Good shot.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Washington 0. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. He finds an opening past the 40. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson 75 yards. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. A CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. From the gun, it's Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, 46 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. On second down now, it's Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
To kick off for Washington.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think they'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From midfield, here's Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Looking to throw again on second down. Locke, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Come on, not ahead of you, baby. I see you over there. You scared?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Courtland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos have broken the tie. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Broncos 21, Washington 14.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Hamler now on the return. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This is Gordon as they go to him again. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Block going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And a key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop it for a loss of 4.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. This is caught inside the 15. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been a one-man dynamo on this drive so far. And you know the other receivers would love to get involved. But right now, his skill and his play has his team in a great position to put 6 points on the board.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now at FedEx Field, it's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Broncos will extend their lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Back to the air. Smith on second down. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
28-yard line.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hairston. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
I had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it, and he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on second down. Locke. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd and 9, Smith. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards there, a first down.
At the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, Smith. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for J.D. McKissick. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And they take a knee. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. One last throw here for Smith. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible.